We're here, we're loading into the game. This is Daybreak, this is the Dutch StarCraft League. I'm Maddles, with me is Lurlian. Daybreak is our map, Ret. This game suck. It's gonna be good.
I hope it will be. Maddles, why don't you take it away?
Up in the top right corner of this map, winning game number 1 with some money fungals, losing game number 2 to a big speedling push. I think possibly the audience favorite. We'll wait to see in a minute when I tell you. This is Ret. And his opponent down in the bottom left position. We've got the blue Zerg managing to take a game off the Liquid player. Can he do it once more? Can he be victorious in this series? It is DSCL. So, these two, what can they be doing on Daybreak? They both had interesting games. Game 1 was a lot more macro-orientated. They were happy to sit back, tech up, Wreck getting the double upgrades. This game suck, happy to get out Mutalisks. Third bases came down super early as well. Game number 2, that was a bit different. We saw this game suck go for a big speedling flood, a couple of banelings, overwhelming Ret in the really early stages to really take the game where arguably Ret is the least comfortable. Going into game number 3, are we going to see another risk? Well, we do have one drone sitting here, spawning pool, coming down, okay. So both players going pool first, that's different to what we've seen in the previous games. Not a big deal though, they were just at 15 pools, so nothing too scary. But what this follows on to can be more scary. If they don't get a hatchery down soon, then we've obviously got to be thinking about one base plays. But in the ace game, they should both get that hatchery, and yep, here we go. So 2 hatcheries coming down, 1 on each side. Nothing too scary to report yet.
No, not really. Nothing super scary coming out. It's fair, though, to say that a spawning pool build was to be expected here. In the ace game on such a map, if you go for a hatchery first and it gets punished by, let's say, a 9 or a 10 pool, you're going to be feeling really bad. That's not a way you want to go out of a tournament. Or, well, they're not going to be going out of the tournament. They'll just be dropping to the loser bracket, won't they?
Yeah, they will. So they still have a chance. Whoever wins this series obviously just goes into the winner's bracket. They'll be going up against the winner of Harston versus Mela. And obviously that's the nice route through. You get advantage. I believe you're running, it's double elimination. I forgot what the final format is, but you do get an advantage going through from winner's phase. So that's obviously fantastic for whoever does that. That's the benefit of going through the winner's bracket. But it's not all over. We see gases are being taken for both players. Very normal time. One thing to keep an eye on, Lurlian, of course, is when the drones are pulled out of gas. Do they just get 30, just get zergling speed, then pull all 3 out? Do they keep 1 in? It's up to personal playstyle, and it comes down a lot to how heavily they want to invest in banelings at that point.
You're right. Are we going to see DSCL go for timing again with his lings and banelings? Is he going to be masterful at hiding them again, as we've seen him do in game number 2? It was really the fact that he hit them so well that was contributing to his victory there. Ret was completely caught off guard, and I think he'll be playing a little bit more safe in this game. Maybe making a few extra links, maybe making an extra spine crawler, getting a few extra banelings in terms of defense. Of course, all depending on his scouting information. If he gets a good scout, he doesn't have to do that.
No, he doesn't, and if you look at his overlord placement as well, he's got one very firmly outside the natural. The one thing that he did have previously was also an overlord covering the other exit from the natural base, because if we remember back to game 2, DSCL did run his speedlings around the side, so they were out of the overlord vision, but once more, DSCL is coming in, getting a good scout out, sees zergling speed coming down, sees that there's still 3 drones in gas. These are all little bits of information that you need to know, because it's getting that early scout out just allows you to appropriately react to what could be coming. Baneling nests for both players. Oh, Ret getting... Oh,
that's a lot of zerglings, Maddles.
That is. He's playing this game sucks as his own game. He's just going to be running in with a lot of speedlings, and banelings will be there as well. This is going to be really tense.
He is continuing to drone behind this, though. This might be a case of that example I just named. You know, Ret wanting to be extra careful, not wanting to die to the same timing again, making a few extra links, and now he's going to show those links to his opponent. DSCL sees those links, and he's like, uh-oh, I need to prepare a defense. I need to invest a lot.
He doesn't
even
have
though
lava,
it's only
though.
a single wave.
He doesn't have any lava, that's the problem. His inject has just come through, so the first zergling should be coming out, but they are going to be very finely timed. The Queen's put in a lovely position, the first baneling is morphing. Drones at the natural base need to be quite cautious. You don't want to lose much here, but yeah, that was a really, really good defense there. The Queens just managed to hold it all back. Bailing hits come down there for Ret, but not the greatest detonations ever. The Bailings there for ThisGameSuck are going to push the Zerglings back. Do you know how many workers were lost there, Lurlian? None.
It's no problem. This is exactly what Red wanted to achieve. He wanted to achieve lost mining time. He is continuing to drone behind this, only made about 14 to 18 links. This was just a big fake out, and it worked. Red has got his gases behind this. He's taking 4 of them. He's getting his lair. He was up in the work account just a second ago, and he still is up in the work account a little, because ThisGameSuck kind of overproduced Zerglings and Banelings, but those are going to be used into a counter-attack right now. Red is getting his own spine, and now it is all in the hands of ThisGameSuck. Can he do more damage than Red did with his push? Red is ready for this.
Yeah, he's got the 4 Banelings, but then there's also 4 Banelings there for the blue Zerg player too. This is going to get really tense. The big difference is in the Zergling count.
Oh,
lovely control
good
by Ret. All 4 Banelings up for him. No Banelings there for ThisGameSuck. That's the sort of control you need to be able to hold off this Speedling aggression. Perfectly executed. And Ret shouldn't really be fearful of this at all now.
Yeah, he's going to be very happy with himself right now. Those 4 Banelings, they just wiggled in there and they weren't able to do much. The Spinecrawler and the Queen, and a single detonation on 2 Banelings of Ret who weren't even killed. So very well done there in the defense. Taking a look at the unit count and everything, we can see that Red is still ahead by about 3 to 5 workers. And the Spire. The Spire is going down at the same time. It's just a small drone advantage for Red, which might allow him to take his third base a little bit safer than his opponent is going to be able to.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It is the safety, because he's got a couple of extra drones there. He can afford to get a few more Zerglings out on the field. Actually getting 24 in production at the moment, but that's being matched by ThisGameSuck. Both players getting their third bases out. They're going to just be vying for map control. Some Bailing hits could make a difference, but there aren't that many out, so with these two's caliber of play, I'm not too concerned about that. The big thing is going to be the Mutalisks. If the Mutalisks are able to harass nicely into the main while a Speedling push comes into the third, that could be problematic. We do have a little tussle for power here. Ret does have the Bailing advantage, but Zergling's being used very effectively. Ooh, nice hit there! Oh, that's not what you want there.
Oh, he could have hit all those Zerglings there. Red not detonating his Banelings yet. He's keeping them. The Banelings have now gone, though, and ThisGameSuck starting to overwhelm Red. He is not going to be able to take this third base out and has to retreat. Might have been possible there with a detonation on that group of Zerglings, but it was not meant to be. And we're going to be going into the Mutas again. This time it's going to be Muta against Muta. No Red defending with Spore Crawlers and transitioning into Infestors this time around.
And look at that Muta advantage that Ret's going to have right off the bat. 10 Mutas up against 3. Both players getting the +1 carapace for Flyer, which is really important. But oh, here we go. We've got these Speedlings coming in to the third base. This is actually quite a good number. If you take a look, there's not many Zerglings out on the field for Red at the moment. He's going to have to defend with these Mutalisks, but his third could be in trouble. Those Mutas will struggle to take those Zerglings out, but should just be able to keep this hatch up, but it will be quite close.
Wow, that was good for Red, keeping his hatchery alive and warding the Zerglings off. ThisGameSuck invested all his larvae in Zergling production because he wanted to defend his third, and therefore was not able to produce as many Mutalisks, whereas Red, he only made a few Zerglings to attack, and then went and used all his larvae for his Mutas. So that's why he had the initial Muta advantage. Right now it has equalized a lot. 10 versus 11 right now. 10 being the count for Red, 11 being the count for his opponent.
Yeah, it's too close to engage really cost effectively either way. It does make a difference whether you get some Zerglings or something underneath the Muta or Muta battle to soak up some of the bouncing glaives, but what's really going to be happening here is, as we see, Red just picking off the overlords that are on the map, trying to supply block his opponent and succeeding in doing so. But look at this, the drone count 60 to 47 at the moment in Red's favor. That's quite a sizable chunk of income advantage coming in for the Team Liquid player, and he's still picking off these overlords around the map. These Mutas have got quite a few kills here.
Yeah, this is going to be so cool, because he has more mineral income. The gas income is going to be the same. They both have 6 gas geysers running, but the extra mineral income is going to give Red more Zerglings. Zerglings, you can position them under your Mutas to catch up the bouncing glaives from the Mutas and actually gain you an advantage in a fight. They can also be used in killing the third base while his opponent is attacking him or something. So even though the Muta count is going to be really equal.
Oh, we've got a Muta on Muta battle here, Lurlian, and this is going to be pretty close. There is a slight Mutalisk advantage for Red there. Both players do have the +1 carapace. Zerglings for Red coming underneath, just as you said, and that's going to force ThisGameSuck to retreat. Muta count currently 14 to 13 after reinforcements, but definitely more significant losses came down there for ThisGameSuck compared to Red, who's now pushing into the main base with those Mutas, with Speedlings ready to run into the third.
Yep, and the Mutas get forced into the main base. That is going to trigger Red to try and attack the third base, but it didn't really work out. Enough defense, enough banelings there, and you have to be so careful. That entire group of Zerglings can, of course, die to a single baneling hit. The baneling now going to get sniped by the Mutas. Nice pick off there by Red, and now he can head-on engage this. He can take this. I feel like he can. He's got so many more Zerglings.
Yeah, his Zergling numbers far superior to that of his opponent. The Muta numbers are quite similar. We can see that both of them are trading relatively similar there. Reinforcements coming in, though, for both players. The Zerglings are doing so much damage to the drone line, though. That is the real problem. The Muta battle is incredibly close right now. We can see, though, that TheGameSuck just losing a few more, and with that, I think Red is in a really comfortable spot. He's taken out the third base. The Mutalists are taken out, and TheGameSuck, GG, LiquidRet was victorious.